So, before I get started properly here, I wanted to just show this this theme, this background that Kyle put together. All work goes to him. This is I can't believe how like impressed I am with this. He did this last night. We looked at that Northern Ryan one. He threw together that background. I put the other stuff on there. This is not how I'm going to stream the game, but this is just a new layout for my big camera mode. I might switch stuff around a little bit. I actually kind of want to flip the whole thing, but we'll see. I think it looks incredible right now, and I'm very, very excited about it. But let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the Gungeon. All right, let's do it. I think I killed like 2 Kohlers in the last one. I think I'm gonna get a clock app or something for that instead of having this. I have a tab open right now. Anyway, after the last run, I'm actually a little nervous about this one. Trying not to let it show, trying to be a big tough guy. But overall, good stuff. Man, changing one thing makes me want to change so much about this. I've been talking about getting a new closing video for a long time. Right now I just have me eating a hamburger with weird deformations and stuff happening to the video. This isn't too loud. And I'd like for that to be something a little more interesting, but I don't know what yet. I need to take some video or something. But yeah, that that screen, it's got so much of my like personality. It's got an incredible font. Kyle really knows how to make things work. Like his design, his understanding of design language is really, really good. Okay, so that ended up being a net 0. Like the old internet. Because I stupidly forgot that jumping in his attack range, it would have been cool if it was anything other than health, honestly. And honestly, it was a net negative because I got no money from the guy that hit me. So things were worse than they would have been if I had just not gone after that tricky enemy. Don't necessarily need to go into the treasure room yet. I'd love to see some keys, of course. It's Thursday right now. I'm not streaming this, so chat's gonna be empty. But it's Thursday. I gotta work in about. You know what? I will stream it. I don't care. I'm already in the middle of it. Let's just get the stream going. Let's just jump right into it. Anybody can join if they want. But there's no pressure. So if there's still nobody here, that's fine. I'm okay with that. If someone does get here, then neat stuff. Man, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I need to turn around every aspect of that layout. It was pretty dumb. Okay, so 1 key for sale. which kind of sucks because it means that we will be definitely trying a lockpick. And maybe trying 2 lockpicks. That's a secret room if I ever saw one. So we have to go after the boss with our starting weapon as the pilot, and it's the long one. The long one that you need to keep a little bit of range from. The pilot's a nightmare. I guess they're all kind of nightmarish for the pilot. This fight just goes on for so fucking long. God, that would be a weird nightmare. A sentient bullet sitting on a throne, spinning around and having... I guess they're not bullets come out. They're energy balls that hurt you. Had to wait on that one. I was almost certain I was going to get hit by that one. I ended up watching that, it's weird that Dave Chappelle has a controversial comedy special. I mean, for real, the guy's been controversial his entire career, right? My wife watched it and she was like, it's not funny, it's just offensive. I watched it and I was like, it's pretty funny. Yeah, it's got some offensive stuff. But do you remember any other Dave Chappelle stand-up? Do you remember his show? Do you remember his whole MO? That's his whole thing. Like, I think, so, we have a couple friends who are trans, right? And the trans community is a very, very, what's the word? It's a community that's having a very, very rough time right now. It's in the crosshairs of a lot of people's attention because it's not new, but it's being spoken about as if it's new. It's new in the minds of a lot of people, and because of that, I think they're treating it differently. There's a lot more direct hate towards it, but there's also a lot more sensitivity from the people who are aware of the struggles that they're going through, the understanding people out there. Dave Chappelle's comedy special had a big, long, let's say 10 minutes out of 60 or 70. So 6th or 7th of his show was making fun of trans people, which he did in a pretty tactless way. He also made fun of Chinese people in the same breath. It was pretty uncomfortable, that moment, but it wasn't, one, it wasn't the entire show. 2, it wasn't any different than the kind of shit that he was saying about literally everyone else. I don't think you have to agree. I think it was pretty tone deaf, right? It was pretty, like, just unfunny, that part. But the rest of the show was really, really good. And Dave Chappelle being unaware of other people's suffering or whatever has been part of that. Just watch the fucking Chappelle show. Watch that show where he plays a white supremacist, where he, like, is making fun of everybody the entire time. It's kind of his one unifying feature is his blanket obliviousness in his humor, his ability to, and I know I hate saying this because a lot of the times it's like, it's in the hands of people that are just hateful, just directly hateful, and they say, oh, don't worry about me, I make fun of everybody, right? It's a shitty attitude to have. But, like, that's literally Dave Chappelle's career. Like, That has literally been his career the whole time. And if you're going to watch and appreciate anything that he's done, you have to be honest about it. You gotta be honest that you laughed at some of the shitty things he said and done. You've laughed at his obvious racism, his constant use of the N-word, it's just, oh my god, I can't believe I stood that close. Alright, this room is rough. That was really bad. It's been present from day one. And if you don't like Dave Chappelle, fucking cool. If you think that this is somehow a new thing for him, that he's somehow like surprising you with this behavior, then you're not being really like aware. So boycott Dave Chappelle if you want to. Like, he talked about that for a big chunk of the show. He talked about what is essentially the cancel culture of comedians, of entertainers, of celebrities. He talked a lot about Kevin Hart, who I don't think is funny, so he's never really gotten my support because I don't laugh at his jokes. But, like, Kevin Hart said some fucked up stuff a long time ago when he was younger and the world was different. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird how inconsistent people are about this shit, though. Like, people say awful stuff. There's tons of shows. There's tons of things where people were awful for decades that aren't coming back on individuals. But there's some that are. It's like a fucking dice roll. If you ever say anything that's offensive, or that could one day be offensive, that's not at the time, it's got a chance to come back at you. It's best to play it completely safe. But I'm still reading fucking Huckleberry Finn in elementary school. I'm still, like, you know, listening to the words of the slave-owning founding fathers. There's, like, why is it okay for some people to have done fucked up things in the past when the past was different and not others? And it's a genuine question. I'm not asking because I have the answer. I don't understand it. We as people are very, very inconsistent with this shit. Like, there's no reliable barometer for who's going to suffer for their past transgressions and who's going to get a pass. While the Me Too thing was going on, I mean, it's still going on, and a lot of it is absolutely fucking justified. You don't get to rape and get away with it. You just don't. Like, no, sorry, I was laughing at a Michael Jackson bit from that very special. But you know, there's a lot of musicians were known for their debaucherous ways in the 60s and 70s, maybe 80s even, with like hair metal and all of that. Like, musicians were known for just like having groupies that they fucked and tossed aside. I haven't heard one thing about those musicians being under scrutiny. I have heard some awful things about musicians. I've heard some terrible things about David Bowie. I've heard some things about Led Zeppelin. They're still golden in the eyes of most people, right? Like, myself included. I don't care about Led Zeppelin, but David Bowie I still respect as an artist. I tend to separate the art from the person pretty thoroughly. I like David Bowie, the songs, not necessarily David Bowie, the individual, even though I think he had some incredible ideas. I think that his actions, and not even all of it, some of his later music was fucking hot trash garbage. But, like, I think of David Bowie as a collection of songs that I like. And the thing that he did that was truly heinous is something that... Oh my god, I didn't actually expect that to be a mimic. Is truly heinous, and it's something that I hope there's been some repercussions for in his lifetime. But that doesn't make me think no one should ever listen to a song this guy has made. Right? And I'm fucking inconsistent with that. Because sometimes I'm like, this guy is a twerp asshole. No one should support them in any way. Well, I guess I don't really ever say no one should support someone. I say I'm not going to support someone. Oh god, that was close. How the fuck do you do this thing in a way that knocks people out? Or whatever. I don't know how to use this gun. If someone is a comic who is and has been and will continue to be known for being just vile and offensive and stuff, and you're like, this guy's vile and offensive, and then you're like, yeah, but was he always? I'm like, yeah. Like, well then don't fucking support him. Like, it's simple shit. If this was the line for you, okay, I understand it. I think that's how my wife feels. This was the time that it went too far. And I'm like, okay, you don't. There's no one demanding that you watch Dave Chappelle. I'm not. That'd be insane. That'd be extremely insane for me to say, no. You've got to watch the Dave Chappelle stand-up. You have to, because I like it. So you must. Nah, it's not like I don't care. Like, don't support him, please. If you have issues with his work, just don't. But go back and watch his old stuff and behave as if every minority, every race that he's talking about in there is the trans community. And you'll see that it's been there all along. It's not, dude, I cannot get a regular shot from that gun. He's not coming up with this new point of view specifically for the trans community. It has been there all along. I mean, the reason he brought this up was because in, I think, a previous stand-up, he had a character that was gay or trans or something, and telling that joke, you know, it got some blowback, which is fine. Blowback is fine. Blowback is what happens when you do something that is at the expense of other people. It should be expected. And I'm pretty sure he does expect it. He's not surprised these people were upset. Like, oh my god, I forgot about snowballets. That's crazy. Let me turn the thing in. Yes. Yes! Those might get really big. Alright, let's do this now. Just using this gun. I don't know if those do more damage or what. I'm gonna need some ammo before the boss. I'm gonna need some armor before the boss as well. Sweet. I guess I don't need ammo. Just keep using the one. Dude, I've been watching a lot more of Grand Pooh Bear. He's really, really good at Mario Maker, but it's not just that he's good. It's that he's getting some. He does, you know, difficult levels. He does a lot of Barber's King, Panga levels, which are levels that I could maybe beat after hours and hours and days. But he's got the patience, and he can actually see those problems. He can see the paths he might have to take, what may be expected to him, in the time that I'm still like completely unsure of how he even got there, just from experience. Expertise makes a lot a lot of things more visible. And so it's really fun to watch him. Oh, really? Dang, I thought for sure. Not what we're looking for this time, unfortunately. Good shit, man. Good shit, game. Man game. We are in a rough spot. Unless we get some armor. I don't believe I'm gonna buy rat access on this run. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, we're in a much better spot from that one item. Like a much better spot. Now, coolness would be great. A decent room clearing weapon would be great as well. Basically, I just want to be able to save the particulator for bosses. I think that's what it's called. You know, that weapon I just used for like this entire floor? Yeah, I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, he was playing, Grand Pooh Bear was playing this stage that was based on the Matrix. And so, in Mario Maker, I think in Mario in general, things spawn based on your proximity to them, right? Things aren't just all on the screen, all present at the same time, all the time. That'd be too much information to calculate at all times. So things spawn in, and that way you can respawn things, certain things, by backing up, stuff like that. It's not worse in Mario Maker and Mario 1, but you could really see it in Mario 1 if you go back and play those games. This is not a room clearer. What the fuck synergy is this? Outer Limits. That's a new game that's coming out soon. Weird. Weird, maybe useful in tough rooms. Or bosses. We're gonna have to keep using these shit ones and just hope for armor. I'm gonna buy a key and armor. Yeah, okay. Well, there's all my money spent. I forgot that weapon was even on sale. It's not really as good. Way to waste my fucking very limited armor, dick. I just bought that armor, you dick. I bought that armor because I need it, not because, like, I need it to make my gun work. Not just for play. Boom, boom. But yeah, I never finished talking about it. He built a stage that used that RNG to force things in the environment to change your path. So, switches can be activated by a number of things. Or switch blocks. You can hit those and it changes certain things from red to blue. Or it activates red or it activates blue. And, oh my god. Neat. And he was using that. So if you clear... if you make something... If you move a certain distance, basically, something will spawn in, and then it'll hit the button, and then it'll activate the thing. Blood cylinder... Fast reloads... I got some slow-ass weapons. I got some weapons with long, slow reloads. Yeah, that's already better. It's already... Ah! Better already. So basically, he was going in this stage, and he kept doing exactly the same thing at the start. And the state, like, you know, immediately pressing right, immediately jumping over these stairs that were built, and the stage kept being the same thing. And then he, like, at one point, kind of hesitated a second. Oh, and the other thing I meant to say is different things have different, spawn distances. There are actually some things like ghosts that are always spawned. If you have them just out in the world, they're actually constantly working even if they're off screen, I believe. I don't know if it's always true, but I made a stage with ghosts in it, and they were active from the start. And I've actually seen that utilized in such a way that you know, if you ever face a certain direction, the ghost will turn. And so basically for this long winding stage, you had to face right the entire time, or face left the entire time, or something, in order to keep this ghost facing the right way. So that, because otherwise he would turn and press a button. But yeah, I don't know. It's really cool to watch. He hasn't beaten the level in the video that I'm watching of it. Oh fuck! Wow, very lucky. But he's still working on it. I don't know if that worked at all. Oh fuck! Well, okay. I got caught on that statue. Which is fair, because I was very obviously in the way of the statue. I need to save the singularity, not just for when it'll be fun, but yeah, like there. Like, I'm not gonna make it out of there. I'm not minding these bloody 9mm bullets. What I am minding is when they go straight for the wall and disappear. I think they used to be much more, what's the word? Much more, like, direct. Oh man, I forgot to use the, actual useful weapon that I had there. It's okay. Still got other bosses. Where is he? Still on fire. Butter and all. Butter and all. Ooh. I threaded the narrow pass. Yeah, you should watch it. I don't know what the name of the video is, but it's, I think today, September 5th, when I'm recording this. I think it's today's video. It's 15 days to my 3rd wedding anniversary. I gotta buy something for my wife very soon. I don't like... Oh, man. I gotta figure out what we're gonna do. I'll do that Monday. I hope. I sure hope. I don't think I bought a key on this floor, so we might still have that working for us. It'll be real nice when I get to a point where I have No need whatsoever for the fucking rogue special. Still have a pretty pronounced need for it right now. Jesus Christ. I actually want to look up snowballets. Increase in size and damage. Okay. Cool. Hey, block element. I'm not gonna be subjected to ads. Snowballets. Increase in size and damage. That's neat. I thought it was, but I was just guessing, I suppose. Really sucks for shorter range weapons, though. Bouncy bullets would be good. There's not really a range extender bullet. That's all I needed. That's exactly what I was looking for. Like, I was like, I just want the Mega Hand. I don't want to say it. You never want to just say, I just want the Mega Hand, give me the Mega Hand, give me the easy run. Give me the easy run. But I wanted the Mega Hand. I wanted the Mega Hand really, really badly, and I'm very glad I got it. Still got his key. Angry bullets might be really good with snowballets. Might be really good. An actual synergy. No! Oh wait. It didn't change this one? Ice accumulation. Ice 2 meet you. Significantly increases the size of gunshots and increases the amount of damage they gain from snowballettes. Neat. Neat stuff. I'll just use this. Maybe back up with this. Yeah. Wow. So angry bullets have the same, I think they have the same flaw that piercing shots have. There's a decrease in damage after the first shot, or after the first bit of contact, right? Maybe. Once an enemy is hit, the amount of damage dealt decreases, I believe. Maybe not. But what I was going to say is it's still worth it in a situation like this because the amount of damage that I'm gaining from those shots getting bigger and bigger is not maybe directly worth it, but I'm hitting another enemy that I wouldn't have hit in the first place. Let's just keep going. We don't need to think about that too much. Dang. Bouncy bullets would still be really cool here. Oh my god, he was still alive. That just looks like a nose. Aw, damn. Thought I was clear. Should have just thrown my singularity. Would have been very easy to do. One quick, swift button press, and I would have been in the safety. Ooh, yay. I don't know why I didn't get a key. Okay, let's just do this boss. We can worry about that later. 2 very slow-moving weapons. You've got to be kidding me! I threw the fucking singularity! Okay, whatever. Just another Blood God lost to what I would call bullshit, but... I fucking threw the singularity. I knew the beginning of that fight was going to suck. It always sucks. They don't seem to be getting much bigger. Or maybe they are, but just very, very slowly. Oh yeah, they're definitely getting bigger. Oh boy, everything sucks. Everything in life sucks. This run is kind of like a shittier version of that thing I already have. Oops. Oh. The Mega Hand. Sure. Mega Hand should be full anyway. Yeah. Let's just use this run for this floor. With the extra reload time, it's actually got a pretty pretty decreased downtime between shots. I can't believe that shit just didn't work. I just can't believe it. I'm like... I'm gonna leave and then come back because these things can be tricky. Let's buy the key. We got over 100. Even after the next room, that is. Not after this current room. That is. It's still pretty long of a charge. Doot-dee. Had to get that one first. The lute kalele. Not my favorite instrument. It'd probably be the face melter. If I had to pick a Gungeon-based instrument as my favorite instrument. I think I'm in the mood for a familiar. Why I gotta be like that? Why do I have to play like a shit? Well, if he gets the snowball, he will at least sometimes be useful. He does not, but I think he still might sometimes be useful. The bum bullets. Scary, scary, scary shit. Let's open this brown. That's neat. I would really like another key game. I would really, really like another key. You know what? Let's use it. Oh. The bees are getting bigger too? No! I mean, yes about the bees. No about almost running into that guy. Dude, I should have used the lockpick on that green chest. It could be anything. Mediocre. Whale. Whale, whale, whale. So I can get health any old time. Alright. This run is officially off the whales. Did you see what I did? It's like Rails, but just got that whale synergy. And just holding this charge thing is keeping bees afloat. That's it. Enough. Enough is up. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this old school style. Dude, these bees getting bigger is great. I don't know how much more damage they do in their big form, but if it's per tick, that'd be amazing. You can't catch me, dude. I got ballistic boots. You're not gonna be able to catch me. It's just not gonna happen. You know what's really weird that I just thought about? Because I was thinking about what I was saying in relationship to Drax the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy. Dave Bautista was part of the WEW or whatever, the WWE, WCW. I don't know. I don't know what they're going by nowadays. The other actors to have come out of the WD-W40 are The Rock and Johnny Cena. Dave Bautista is the first to like do serious roles, maybe not the first, but he had a very small role in I guess you could say Pain and Gain was a serious role for The Rock. I don't really know. I don't know about that one. But that was kind of like a heist comedy, I feel. I personally feel, with no basis. They definitely do get bigger. Neat. But seeing Dave Bautista in Blade Runner 2049, and he will be in Villeneuve's Dune. How's it going, Cap Slayer? It was cool that you got stuff keeping you busy. I'd be around regardless, but it's good to see you. Things have been pretty good. How are you? How's work and also school? Jesus Christ. Those bolts get so big. I like want the bees to go the wrong way because they get so much bigger. I don't know what he's planning to do. I'm trying not to follow the pre-production stuff, or not the pre-production, but the pre-release stuff too closely. You guys know how Bob, you know how I feel about Dune. I wasn't crazy about the book. I think it had some really, really interesting ideas, but I just didn't overall love it. Yeah, I'm really... I think Gears 5 is live, like, now in New Zealand. If you have an Xbox One or whatever, you can just set your region to New Zealand. The reviews are coming out for Gears 5. I gotta say, I loved Gears 2, I think I played on with Nate on his 360. It was one of those earlier Gears games. I have Gears 4 on my computer, and I fucking hate it. It was very boring. But I think the developers were told that they were too cautious. But Doom Eternal, I am oh my god, motherfucking wall. Dude, this fight sucks so much. Oh no. Oh no, my own bullets. They're taking up too much space. That effect is scary. Yikes. Ah, fuck, there's my other blank. At least I used it this time, though. See, I think I would like... I played a little bit of it co-op again, which is what I appreciate about the Gears game. But it felt like not enough had changed from Gears 2, or what had changed hadn't really... It didn't feel like enough of a vast enough improvement, you know? It felt like I was playing Gears 2 on PC. I think co-op is great for most games. I enjoy... What the fuck is going on? Why isn't this gun shooting? Oh, it just has a very slow, long time between shots. My periodicity? Periodicity, the word I'm looking for. The amount of time between actions. Well, still really suffering for keys. Bees are shooting out as bullets? I guess we'll just try this one. A boomerang. What? Get equipped with Q. Huh, weird. Probably not going to use it though. I think I felt mostly like it was trying to checklist, which is not something I like in games, where it's like, we gotta call back this character, we gotta like wrap up this thing, we gotta set the groundwork for the next game, and it like none of that stuff, to me at least, and this is from someone who's not like a serious super fan or anything like that of the series. Like I like the series, I just am not a serious like super fan of the Gears series. It felt kind of just like, you know, everyone thought the series ended with 3, as they always do with these quote-unquote trilogies, and then it feels like they have a checklist of things they have to address. I felt like I was moving from place to place too rapidly and with too little genuine reasoning behind it. And maybe that's, again, because I'm not... It's like when I play Halo. I played Halo 3 or 2 or something without having played any other games. And for me, Halo 3 was a lot of fun. And I was like, that's a great way to end this series that I don't know anything about, because it feels conclusive. I didn't say Siri!
I don't know what that means. If you like, I can search the web for... I didn't say Siri.
No, thank you. I don't know. Why hasn't Apple kept up with Siri in terms of its brain? Oh my gosh. Hi, baby.
Hi.
You between shifts?
Yeah. Guess how much I made today?
I'm gonna say barely 100.
Like 40.
$40? Yuck.
Yeah, super shitty.
Can you get like a refund of your time?
It covers parking for the day.
That's I would say a net positive, or not net negative. Just covering parking and still taking all of that time is not a win.
It took me like an hour to get here.
Jesus Christ. Why do people work mornings?
They're stupid. I'm not sure.
I always wonder that. Like, mornings can be...
It's a shift that would help someone else, so that's what I'm trying to remember. Like, it's really a...
Well, for you, it's just an extra shift. Like, for you, it's just creme de la creme. It's just the top of the top. It's not really what matters. But that does suck that your time was basically
Sales were fucking $372.
$372. That's ridiculous, knowing how much you sell other shifts. Yeah. You sold almost $2,000 more last night than you did today.
Yeah. I don't think I sold a single cocktail or drink today.
That's another thing about the bar. There's a lot of bartenders who mostly work mornings, who don't know how to make a lot of drinks because they don't sell drinks
Yeah.
during the AM shifts, which is fine. People don't need to be getting freaking sloshed first thing in the morning, but
Well, it seems like, okay, so shifts like this where I didn't sell a single drink, it seems dumb for me to fucking tip out the bartender, isn't it?
you tip out based on the percentage of sales, right? Of drink sales.
No, not on drink sales, on total sales.
Why? Oh my god, what? I got hit.
What?
I'm playing Gungeon. I got hit.
Oh my god. I thought you were in the car.
What? No. Why would you assume that?
I got hit.
I'm fighting the dragon. You like have to
I know I'm like attracted to the dragon.
you have to pop in whenever it's boss time. But
Yeah, I don't know what you do.
if it was a second job or if it was just every once in a while I could see it, but like, yeah, morning shifts you can make a lot by cutting the other bartenders or by, you know, it just being 2 people on or whatever like that.
Yeah. Well, I was in the dining room today, and this is kind of slow season, like school just started back up
Mm-hmm.
this week, so
That sucks.
it's that weird time of year where you have the deck open and the deck's home.
Oh no, the bees. Ugh.
God, I keep like initially thinking you're talking about like real life things.
Oh no, the bees! Oh no, the bees! Yeah. That sucks. That's a shitty shift. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. A couple of the other servers were talking about how Ashley already gave up on her drinking and she's done that before and stuff, so that kind of made me feel a little bit more like sane.
Well,
Or at least I'm not,
hold on, let me mute. Alright, sorry about that. What? Oh, yeah, I don't need the sequel. I've had a job where I worked what they call the graveyard shift, where you get in, like I think I got in at midnight and I was off at 8 a.m. I was working at like a bookbinders that ran all night. It's fine. I'm more of a night person than a day person. It can be hard because it's really hard to schedule when you hang out with people. But my wife is a server at a really nice restaurant, and she usually works PM shifts because, you know, she's not as much of a night person as I am, but she still is to some degree. And PM shifts are really good money where she works. She worked an AM shift and made essentially like a tenth of what she makes on some nights. Say her average is probably 7 to 8 times as much as she made on this day shift. She has to pay for parking where she is because her job is in the city, and so she barely made what she spent on parking. Dude, 4 failed attempts out of 5. There's a key right there. Neat. Just fucking perfect timing. God damn it. What is this? Coolness? Yeah, we'll take some coolness. Oh, doo-doo. Coolness should help with singularity. I should be using the boomerang like all the fucking time. I actually did very shitty on this run. It's kind of a trend that's been going on. Been on the downswing. You know what I don't like about soda cans? At a distance, you can't tell how much you have. And it's not deceptive, it's just, it's too little information. Come on, dude, just take him out, thank you. Yeah, bum bullets against red mages, pretty scary. That's why I was like, the bees, the bees. There's no way to do anything about it besides not shoot at all at any enemy while those enemies exist. Oh god. Take him out. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. This one doesn't feel nearly as bad as the other one felt. That convict run I had recently was rough. Nah, it was difficult. Wow, those reflections, those bounces did a lot of damage. I think that's what I hate most about Angry Bullets, is how it affects piercing shots. That's like my biggest qualm with him. So the enemy died after I threw my boomerang, and I think he took my boomerang with him. Maybe the explosion ate the boomerang or something, I don't know. God, the Mega Hand is... Ah, it's the wrong fucking way. Dang, 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 dang. Gotta take him out quick? Okay. Just waiting to see which one was gonna be the red shotgun kid. Woo! Getting a good amount of health. In case anything goes wrong. Shoot him for me, buddy. What am I doing? Just like pressing my face up against that wall. I don't know. Back to what I was talking about before. If you're offended by Dave Chappelle, that's okay. He is a comic who makes offensive jokes. It is part of his whole fucking thing. It's not new. It's not surprising. When he finally turns his gaze, his horrible, horrible gaze on your particular group, you gotta be ready for it. Like, it sucks. He said some awful things about the trans community. What it's not, though, is surprising to me. I guess that's the difference. Like, it's not like suddenly Dave Chappelle shocks everyone after being such a wholesome comedian for X number of years. He said something really off the wall, out of left field. No, man, he made a Dave Chappelle style joke about a community that a lot of people, myself included, are, are going through a very rough time. Like, he also said a lot of awful things about the black community, about poor whites, about people suffering from the opioid and heroin epidemics that's like ripping apart our country right now. He said a lot of awful things about a lot of people in a humorous manner. And that was the whole point of the show. That was the name of the show. So it's just, you kind of can't act like he picked out your group in particular when it was every group that he was picking out. It was any group he could get his hands on. Maybe the time for jokes like that is over. Maybe the early 2000s, early teens was the extent of it. But like, the man was made famous, made successful for exactly that style of humor. It's surprising to me, not that people are upset by it, because fucking there was plenty to be upset about, but that people are acting like it's new. That's what's surprising to me. Those dodges were good. Man, those things, some of those are hitting twice. Some of those were hitting twice. That's insane. Alright, so we don't want to blank the one move. We want to blank other moves that might hit us. I do like that this is hitting twice. Because of ah, that was not the one we wanted to use that on. That was absolutely not the one we wanted to use that on. This, maybe. Yeah, blanket. That's a fucking Lich flawless at the end, at the tail end of a shitty performance. We flawless the Lich. I don't know. I'm not going to be repeating any of Dave Chappelle's jokes because I don't feel that way about him. I don't feel that way about gun ownership, something he's making a huge series of jokes about. I don't feel the same way about poor whites. And I think that the Juicy Small Yay or whatever, but I don't know what the guy's actual name is, was funny and fucked up, and that guy just gave a lot of fuel to conspiracy theorists and supremacists like crazy by making up a fictitious account of his mugging. But in a very general sense, if you don't agree with him, don't repeat it, don't spread it, don't watch him, don't support him, but don't act surprised. You can't at that point. You can't. It's like, I don't watch Chris Rock because I don't think he's funny. I think that his jokes are one note, and his jokes are one note for the same thing. White people do this, black people do this. That's too much of that. And the yelling, the fucking yelling is just, it doesn't work for me. So I just don't watch, don't support Chris Rock, not a fan of him. Dave Chappelle has some fucking delivery. He's got an expert sense of craft. He knows how to surprise and shock and flip the expectations. But if that's not worth the offensive things that he's saying, don't support him. It's totally fine. He's doing all right. He's already won. Especially as a comedian, he has already fucking won. You don't need to support him at this point. But if you've been there from the beginning and you're just suddenly shocked and disgusted, then you haven't been paying attention, I guess. I don't know.